Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to my channel, and it's time to do another awesome episode of PSVR Showcase, a weekly show in which I'm talking about upcoming PlayStation VR games. Basically, I'm talking about all of them, which means I'm talking about the games that are sometimes delayed, sometimes they are just rumored, but mostly I'm trying to concentrate on 100% confirmed games, but sometimes I like to choose something different here and there. Anyway, by all the games, I mean I'm gonna talk about the games that look super good and super exciting, but also about the games that are looking a bit shitty and terrible. All of them means all of them. Okay, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like because it does helps the channel a lot, and if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. Okay, let's do it. And we're going to start from Space Shuttle Commander from Immersive VR Education. They already released two titles for PlayStation VR, which was Apollo 11 VR, which I absolutely loved, but also they released Titanic VR, which was troubled release for them because they struggled to optimize the game for the PlayStation 4. Basically, they couldn't do it, so in the end, one of the better parts of the game ended up being just 360 video. But now they coming back to their roots and gonna do what they do best, which is space in VR, and it's probably going to be awesome. From the trailer I can already see a lot of improvements to the engine, so it looks nicer than Apollo 11 VR. Also, of course, the story will be different because you're gonna be going to the missions to the Hubble Space Telescope. You'll probably be able to fix it and stuff like that, you know, piss around with it for a bit with a nice Hubble telescope. Nobody can say that, only people with VR headset can say yes, today I've been messing around with Hubble Space Telescope. Did you done it? No, you probably didn't, but I did. But also, of course, you'll be able to see very nicely rendered space and interiors, and of course, as always, you'll be able to learn as well, because that's one of their main goals is let people have fun and enjoy the view, but also become this bit smarter and learn something new. This is something I'm really looking forward to. Okay, and now next game, which is SMUSH TV. I spoke about it a few times in my news video. Basically, this is like looking like a Tetris, but it's not a Tetris because it's multiplayer game. You can play one person in VR and other person sitting on sofa or somewhere and playing on flat screen. So the flat person have to choke the blocks on the VR person, but VR person must avoid those blocks, because if he managed to avoid them all and reach the top, he wins. What you win, I don't know, a point maybe, that would be great prize, but also, you know, you can lose and get squished by a block, and you're actually not getting squished, but you're getting smushed. So, the game coming to PC, but their website state is coming to PlayStation VR as well, but there is no release date for PlayStation VR yet. Okay, next game, finally we've had some footage for Pixel Ripped 1995, even though it's been short footage, it still got me excited, because Pixel Ripped 1989 was super nice and I really enjoyed the game. Maybe it was a bit too short, but I don't mind, because it was proper nice nostalgia trip. Now they taking us a bit further into time. They said in Pixel Ripped 1989, you know, when you reach the end, you choose like next area which you would like to visit, and they collected the data and came out with Pixel Ripped 1995. That's what people wanted to see the most. You know, when we've got those 16-bit graphics, first 3D games started coming out, it was all exciting, and you'll be able to relive it all again in Pixel Ripped. This game should deliver because the first game was absolute blast, so I'm hoping it's gonna be the same case with Pixel Ripped 1995. Okay, and another game I want to talk about is Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Now, I'm putting it under the rumored category, but this game is kind of pretty much confirmed now, but it's not confirmed yet. But what the developers saying, if you ask them about PSVR version, they just say, just wait till the release for Oculus, and then we're gonna announce other platforms. So basically, what other platforms there are? PSVR, Quest, yes, that's coming to Quest as well already, we know that. So it's only PSVR and maybe Vive as well. So it looks like we're getting it. I don't want to spread false rumor, but it's pretty much kind of confirmed. Now we get in Walking Dead Onslaught as well. This one is completely different. It's more on a story-driven side of things. Also, it lets you climb buildings and shit, so that will be nice. Also, you can upgrade your gear. You got your little, like a caravan where you hide in. Of course, everything looks nicely rendered. The studio behind it is kinda done interactive. The same people who did AIRRANGER back in the day, a game that was very high quality, sadly had bit trouble PSVR release because it's released on PSVR for 10 quid more than it was on PC, so people got angry and many people said, well, I'm not gonna be buying it, and then after that they released update for AIRRANGER for multiplayer, but only for PC players and not PSVR players, so people got even more angry. But anyway, AIRRANGER is pretty fun, good game, very hard, but also I enjoyed it a lot. But coming back to Saints and Sinners, we should see it on PlayStation VR eventually. This is the cinematic trailer. I've done preview of this game where I showed some proper gameplay footage, but nevertheless this game looks great. Okay, next game coming back to the show is AIRRANGER. Now, I spoke about it few times, this is a different video. What is AIRRANGER, you might think? If you played Sariento and you remember this locomotion system when you jump in air and then can change direction and go somewhere else, you are able to do it in this game, but it's kind of work differently because you've got your bow and teleportation arrow, so basically you shoot in arrow where you want to go, but still midair you can change your direction and do multiple jumps. It always works great, this mechanic in VR. This is a multiplayer game, it's got a lot of multiplayer modes. I think the most fun one from what I'm hearing is Battle Royale mode, up to 10 players, goes to the one map and they fighting against each other. There's a lot of loot to collect, you can upgrade yourself and get new weapons and stuff, so looks proper fun. Like I said, they said in the trailer it's coming to PSVR, but once again it's a game without release date just yet. Okay, and next one, this is the rumored one, it's Ape, coming from Hammerhead Games. Now, those dudes released Siren for PlayStation VR, and even though PC version was kind of well received, you could tell that they struggled with PSVR port because Siren kind of sucked when you try to play it on PS4. It's not only been blurry and buggy but also a bit boring, but Ape is something different. Basically in 2016 they released little short VR animation called Ape, so this is the continuation to the story, and what they gonna do is gonna be another animation VR movie, but also they gonna bring this game to VR arcades, and also they will release it on the proper game for people at home as well. Now, regarding PSVR version, they already got experience in PSVR. I'm assuming it's probably gonna come, I don't know, they didn't announce everything, all the platforms yet, but let's hope so, because it looks interesting. It's a robot that sadly wants to be loved and also wants to love humans, but he goes all the wrong way about it, so things getting dark pretty fast. But from what I heard, original Ape was kind of terrifying. I heard from few people it wasn't, you know, super nice happy times experience, so I'm expecting more of this eerie atmosphere in this version of Ape, the new Ape. Okay, and next one, already confirmed for PlayStation VR, still in the development, so might be a while, is VR Skater. Now, from what I'm seeing, is you probably gonna be moving using your hands, so you'll be skating with your hands, that's the locomotion system. Will it work good or not? I don't know, but for now I cannot see how differently they could do it, because there's no other way, I think. But they want to bring you to the times, you know, when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games was good, but also they want you to enjoy it all in VR. Graphically looks very nice and looks very similar to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but also when you listen to the soundtrack, it's like a Offspring ripoff, which we heard a lot in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, the game which I lose many hours into, one of the most played game by me back in the day when it's first released. Definitely enjoyed it, and we don't have skating game on PlayStation VR, and I think on any headset currently there is no skating VR game, so this is gonna be first one, so maybe they found themselves a little nice gap in the market, who knows. Okay, next game. I'm gonna talk a bit about the STUMPER, so you cannot do PSVR showcase without at least one Rhythmic games because there is explosion of them at the moment. STUMPER already was on the show, but this is a different gameplay footage, just returning to the show. But what's STUMPER trying to do different than other Rhythmic games, you may ask? Well, they planning to have more than 800 songs in this game. They gonna add it over time. Will it be good or bad? I don't know. It's a smaller team, so let's hope they gonna map them nicely and the songs actually gonna be good. But also the gameplay is basically you don't have any sabers or boxing gloves or nothing. You've got shields, and with those shields you defending yourself from crystals, because the crystals are flying into your face. They saying there will be diverse music genres, something what I enjoying, because all we getting is this EDM stuff. In this game it's gonna be a lot to choose from apparently. Also they gonna introduce 1 versus 1 battles, so you'll be able to play against other player, and of course you'll be able to have your character customization if you want. So they trying to do a lot, they put in a lot stuff into this game, because as we know Beat Saber is the king currently. I don't know if any game ever gonna match it, but some games might get close to it, or even maybe one day we're gonna be surprised. Who knows? But Stumper looks like more of those more polished VR rhythmic games, not just a simple Beat Saber ripoff, but actually something what the developers put a lot of time and thought into. So I'll be looking forward to see how it's gonna turn up. Coming to PlayStation VR soon. How soon? I don't know, but at least we know it's coming. And that's it, bye.